Okay, I would say I've had them since I was probably about 17 years old, from when I first became sexually active. And I'm not sexually active with lots of people. It's only ever been two in my life, so it's not because of that. And that's probably the first time that I noticed it, smell and discharge, quite periodically, not constantly. Yeah, it was a bit fishy, but also a bit musty. Again, when I first became sexually active, I used to get a lot of thrush, after I'd been quite active, and would have to have some sort of medication for that. I find it very, very embarrassing. But the more I'm learning about how common it is, I'm sort of becoming a little bit more comfortable about that. Sometimes I could smell it on me, and I became quite paranoid about that. Even out shopping, I'd be like, oh, because you can on yourself. I don't know, and I just used to worry that other people would be able to smell it, and it just made me feel really dirty, like I wasn't a hygienic person down below, although I know I am. If I go to the toilet and I can smell it, and I'm like, oh my god, I get the wet wipes out and I just clean myself down there because I just want it to go away. I could be stood next to somebody and I would be able to notice the smell, and I would have to move back a bit because I would just be so embarrassed that other people would be able to smell what I could smell. You feel that you're dirty. I think that's the thing, and you tell yourself you're dirty because you can smell it, and it doesn't make you feel good. It doesn't
Yeah.
make you feel very confident, that's for sure. When you've got it, it can make you feel quite embarrassed and ashamed, I would say. Before sex or anything like that, I would always, if I had the problem at that particular time, I would just say, oh, I just need to nip to the loo before any intimacy took place, and I would give myself a good clean to try and get rid of that smell. I suppose it's made me quite particular about being clean for sex as well.
Yeah.
I need to make sure that I couldn't imagine not being clean down there before having sex because I'd just die of embarrassment. I mean, it's not there all the time, and I can be passionate off the cuff if I've not got it. But if I am not clean down there, if I've got the whatever it is that's going on down there, then I do need to make sure that I'm clean. I would say I've had it twice so far this month. In fact, I have it now. And then I would say maybe twice a month on average. Sometimes more, sometimes maybe less. But on average, maybe twice a month because I wouldn't go to the doctor.
When you took the treatment, how quickly did that work?
I would say within 2 to 3 days, because now I know that actually it's not because I'm unclean down there, which I knew I wasn't. I thought that maybe now that I understand that it's quite a common problem and lots of women suffer from it, and the doctor probably sees it on a daily basis, and that she won't judge me for having this thing, that I don't think I would be so embarrassed now, to be honest with you. I really don't. I feel more comfortable about it now. I don't feel so ashamed anymore. Anybody who suffers with it, and I'm sure that everybody who suffers from it is really embarrassed about the problem. And I think the more that people discuss it, the less embarrassed they'll become, and maybe hopefully they'll go and visit the doctor, get some treatment for it, or go out and buy some treatment for it, and not be so embarrassed. Because it's quite a closed subject, people don't go around talking about their down belows being a bit smelly. I think if it was more openly discussed, then the problem wouldn't be so hidden away, and people wouldn't be so embarrassed. I mean, there's no way that before finding out that actually it's very common, that I would go to the doctor about it because I was just too embarrassed. But now that I realise that it's actually very common, I'm like, well, maybe I've been the fool for the past however many years because I didn't need to go through all this.